If you've had any desire to get the triathlon bike ridden by the fastest Ironman athlete in the world, stick around while I tell you all about the Canyon Speedmax CF SLX ridden by Jan Frodeno in his victory in Kona. So in Kona, Jan Frodeno rode the 7th fastest bike split of the day in 4 hours, 27 minutes, and 27 seconds. It's not stupid fast like some of the Uber bikers like Sebastian Kienle have done over the past few years, but Jan was only 2.5 minutes off the lead bike, and in the week leading up to the race, Jan talked a lot about how the change from the Specialized Shiv to the Canyon bike has made all the difference in his long distance racing.
Changed bike sponsors and worked with the guys at Canyon to get a bike that really fits me perfectly. I think it's shown in my bike performance.
I think the biggest thing that the new Canyon bike did for him was it allowed him to be comfortable in the aero position. And when he got off the bike, you could see that he didn't seem to be tired at all. He wasn't stiff, and he turned in the 5th fastest marathon of the day. The current version of the Canyon Speedmax is an updated and refined version of the time trial and triathlon bike that Canyon first released in 2012. Jan paired this newest version of the Speedmax with what at the time were the unreleased Zip 808 NSW carbon clincher front and rear wheels, opting not to use a disc wheel as most athletes do to deal with the Kona wind. He also used SRAM's new eTap electronic group set, so every major aspect of this bike was beautiful, new, state-of-the-art technology. Canyon partnered with Profile Design to get a completely integrated nutrition and drink storage solution at the front end of the bike, and if you look at the stack height of the aero bars, Jan opted to go with a more upright riding position because in the wind tunnel at Canyon, he found that that was actually more aerodynamic for him. Instead of wrapped grips, Jan opted for rubber and neoprene grips. I imagine this was to deal with the heat and humidity and the sweat on your hands at Kona. The brakes on the Canyon Speedmax are completely integrated and tucked away from the wind. Great for Jan, bad if you're a weekend rider and hoping that your local bike shop is going to be excited about adjusting these brakes. Moving further back on the bike, in the top tube is actually a storage solution where Jan was able to store a neoprene bag with his bike flat repair kit. According to wind tunnel testing, bottles held in behind the seat like Jan has here is essentially invisible in the wind. Jan thought through the aerodynamics of nutrition so well that even the bottle on his down tube is dimpled just like aero wheels for extra stealthiness. Looking down at the drivetrain of the bike, Jan used a cork power meter and Speedplay aero pedals, and for the saddle he chose the Physique Tritone noseless saddle. So the one real negative aspect of Jan dangling this beautiful bike in front of us is that we can't buy it until December of 2015. When it does come out, I expect it to be priced right in all of the other triathlon super bikes out there in the $12,000 to $15,000 range. So if this is a bike that you're oogling and drooling over, start saving up your cash money, homie, because it ain't gonna be cheap. The Canyon Speedmax CF SLX has brought that high level of complete bike integration from nutrition, toolboxes, storage, all of that wrapping itself together into one unit of the bike instead of piecemealing it all together on top of each other. This integration level is something that we're seeing more and more in high-end triathlon bikes. The Scott Plasma, the Felt IA series, the Specialized Shiv, and to a lesser extent the Cervelo P5 are all going to that one bike solution where every aspect of the aerodynamics has been thought out so that the complete bike cuts through the wind as best as possible. The Speedmax is now right in there with all of those other high-end bikes that are more common and well known. What the Speedmax has that all the other brands don't at the moment though is a reigning Ironman World Champion, so good on them for partnering up with Jan and doing all the work in the wind tunnel that he's talked about. That's all the drooling I'm going to do over the Canyon Speedmax today. In our next couple videos, I'm going to be running down the ITU road racing bikes and the Ironman TT bikes that appeared the most on the podium in 2015. So if you're watching on a computer and you want to make sure that you don't miss those videos, you can click on me or the subscribe button up here to make sure that you see them. Or if you're watching on a smartphone or tablet, you're gonna have to go somewhere underneath the video and click the subscribe button below. If you're a regular A-Race viewer, as always, thank you for watching, liking, and commenting. Kill your next A-Race.